James.
Hattie Quincy is doing a heck of a job leading off for them. Talk about South Carolina. They had a great start. Talk about them a little bit and what you see.
Yeah, our numbers are really similar, eerily similar. They had a big weekend, and they got just all-around good game, good hitters, good defense. Our numbers, like I said, are very similar. So they're well coached. They've got good energy. In the way of Q, I'm really happy for her. I really enjoyed Q a lot here, and I was so grateful for her loyalty to the program. I wasn't surprised that she was ready to do this. She just, when COVID came, it just really, there were a pocket full of athletes that were just wrong place, wrong time. And Q was one of them. Like, she would have to play, she played behind some of the best players that have ever played in this program. And she was always hustling and always practicing hard, and I'm really happy for her. I'm sorry it didn't work out the way I wanted it to and she wanted it to, but as long as she's getting what she wants out of her career, that's important.
Jesse.
Patty, we saw through the first few weeks some different defensive lineups. Sydney and Gabby at shortstop. We saw Sydney in the outfield. Just how important was kind of looking at the defensive part of things through the first few weeks? And do you feel like you kind of have a good idea of how you want to defend them this weekend, or do you feel like that's still the lineups part of it is still kind of in flux?
I think we know what we're doing here. Sydney Barker is kind of that all-around player. So right now, if we want her in the offense, she's going to be in the outfield. She could play a little first. She can play the middle infield. So I feel really good about our defense. Our numbers stand behind that. And our catchers have been doing great, so there's nothing we need to do. We're not going to reinvent anything. What we've been doing has been good enough to win.
Do you feel like just the lineup tinkering or trying out different things, do you think that even with conference play starting, do you think you could still
over or
like, do you think you could continue to look at different things?
Yeah, I can. I think it depends on who we're playing, depending on the score, things like that. But Gabby Garcia has really done a great job, both offensively and defensively. But Sydney Barker can do the same thing. A lot of what people don't know is one might be in for the other because of the matchup of the pitcher and who hits rise balls better than drop balls, or who's right-handed, who's left-handed. That does make a big deal in the lineup. And so it's not just all about the defense. It's probably more led by which player do we need in to face this pitcher.
Chad.
I know you talked almost for a year about being excited to coach this group. It seems like week to week they're very receptive on the adjustments, whether it be in the cages, defensively. Have you noticed how quickly this group takes to coaching, and is that what you expect? Is that kind of special for this group to be able to get everything going here across weekend to weekend to weekend?
I think we've been really taking good strides forward. It was really about getting over the nervousness. And for a while, they were just like, I am in OU's program, and we are supposed to win. We're supposed to have a 5P. And I'm like, no, let's just be realistic about what we're doing right now and learn the process of this program. So I feel really good about their progress. I feel like they're a very tough team to beat. And I feel like they have the ability to bow up. They're pretty fearless, so I'm excited for this big test. This is going to be a really, really good matchup.
We know you've got more numbers of new faces this year, but over the past 2 or 3 years, have you kind of learned how to, whether it's freshmen or transfers, quickly understand that the nerves are there and get past that like faster and faster through the process?
I think so. The more opportunities they get, but we do have some good upperclassmen that will pretty much admit, I've been in the same place you are. You got to go through it. This is what it takes. So I've had some really good leadership to get them going, but right now they're playing really free, and that's what you're seeing is a team that feels really comfortable in what they're doing, and they play very, very well together. They fight back really well. So we're just going to keep getting better, but I like where we are right now to start the SEC.
Bob and then Aber.
Kind of
piggybacking off of that, what's impressed you the most about the way the freshmen have approached the initial month?
I think they understand that they're pretty talented, and there's just a little bit of frustration in trying to learn how fast we work. So I think that was the biggest challenge for them. And once they kind of caught on to that, then it was about strength and how much stronger they need to be if they want to hit the ball hard or hit it out. So that came to them as well. So you're just seeing these milestones come along that have changed our team. And the freshmen are a big part of that. They all have big roles in it in this. So from pitching staff, and Audrey Lowry and her improvement, and to Gabby Garcia, to Tia Malloy, I mean, they all have something that they've done that have gotten them better. Even if they're not in the starting lineup, they all have significantly improved enough that I'm not afraid to put them in a game at any time.
Haber.
Patty, you've talked about being feeling like this team's ready to enter SEC play. I'm curious though, what are you most looking forward to learning about your team as you get into this different kind of grind through the SEC?
I think adversity and seeing what we look like when we are down and trying to catch up, get back in the game, or we have a lead, maybe we're losing it, like what adversity is going to feel like to them. Are they going to panic? Are they going to bow up? Are they going to clutch up? Or what are we going to look like? I feel very confident that they are going to stand tall. I feel our upperclassmen know how to do that as well. So I'm looking forward to I told them, like, no offense to any teams, but just run rules don't do it for me. I love the intense, tight, elite style of games where it goes back and forth, or there's a big play here or a big hit there, and that's what I'm expecting this weekend. So I told them straight up, like, this is going to be, when you are in the trenches, when you are in against your toughest competition, those are the greatest memories you ever have, because you remember how fun it was. Especially if you came off on the winning side, you remember how much fun it was.
Lori.
So.
Lori.
I know that you've had some of those tough moments in the Big 12 play, Texas, Oklahoma State, things like that. And I know part of this is hard to answer before having gone through it, but just how much different is this going to be, sort of week in and week out?
It's going to happen week in and week out. I mean, you look at our schedule, it's a tough schedule where we start at home, and you might have looked at South Carolina and go, I wonder how they're going to be. Well, right now I think they're in the top 10. Hello. Arkansas is in the top 10. You've got Alabama, you got Florida, you got Tennessee. I mean, so you might look at our schedule and go, they play a weak schedule. That's fine. I've got new players that need to learn and adjust. But now we need to be ready. We have to be, there's no other answer. We've got to be ready to go. So it's going to be tough. It's not like you could go somewhere and go, okay, let's rest our starters. It's not going to be like that. You're going to have to play on tired legs. You're going to have to play with injury. You're going to have to play. So, yeah, that's going to be a new style.
Appreciate it.
Lori.
You talked about the defense, but is there anything different offensively that you're going to be doing, like preparing against these SEC defenses?
No, not really. I think we have a really good style of offense where we can lay down a bunt, beat it out. We can hit and run, put runners in motion. We can hit the long ball at any time and change the game in one swing. So there's a lot of things we can do. We could squeeze. I mean, we bring a lot of different looks. So the idea is to create some kind of chaos against the defense where you have no idea what we're doing. And when you're going, okay, should I move up? Should I move back? Are they going to hit it? Are they going to bunt it? You get a little confusion within a team kind of helps open up things for your offense. So I like our style right now. It's hard to defend us.
James.
You know, Patty, you made a commitment a few years ago to go with this staff. You've thrown a number of pitchers in the non-conference. Do you feel like they've shown you that going into conference play, you can throw a number of pitchers on a weekend?
Yeah, oh, yeah. I mean, their numbers are showing it. Our wins, I mean, we're undefeated. We've been doing this for a while, and Jen Roach has been a master at knowing when, who and when, and that's really important. So giving you different looks and at the right time can really get us 3 maybe quick outs because you're not ready for it or what have you. So we do have those options, and all of them have been working well. Even Peyton come in and get us 1 out. It just shows something different. Now you don't know what's coming next. So I like it. I think it was been since the end of the World Series this past season. It's really taught us that it's something we could use and be successful with.
Avern and Jesse. Did you want, or Chapman and Jesse?
As you enter conference play, the preparation's not different, but with JT preparing for the lineup for 1 pitching staff as opposed to 3 pitching staff, things like that. What is that kind of shift for as far as the workload on all your hitters dialing on
Yeah,
one staff?
it's a big exhale because that's what's really hard when you're in tournament time is you're just constantly having to learn things very, very quickly. Now we can dive in, we can take our time, we can really be specific for what we're looking for. And when you can really dive deep into a team, you can really learn their style and how we are going to adjust to it and how we might change something here or there. So now it just kind of becomes a chess match where you can like slow and steady versus hurry up, make a move, time, like you're just trying to slowly and explain it to everybody and make sure we all have the game plan.
Pat, I just wanted to ask about Abigail through this first month, just her defense specifically, just how important has she been or how stabilizing has she been just in that
Emily?
outfield?
Outfield.
Yeah. Or Abigail Dayton,
Dayton,
sorry.
Dayton. Well, I'd say she's one of the feistiest players that I've had before, and it's fun. She brings in the energy all the time. We're never lacking that. She has a knack for getting a great read. I don't know, she's just a gamer in the outfield and a good leader in the outfield. And she's been taking that on with, picks to the side of her, but she's relatively new, but she's really the captain of the outfield right now. That's how I feel.
And then her just offensively in that leadoff spot, what have you liked about?
Is that the question you asked me? Was I talking about defense when I shouldn't have?
No,
been?
Asked about her defense and then conversely offensively,
yes.
that
I mean,
leadoff spot.
I've had her in the leadoff, I've had her in the 6, I've had her in the 9, but her on-base percentage is incredible, and she just has a knack for drawing a walk or what have you. So she's got the wheels there. She's a really smart base runner. So everything about her makes sense in that leadoff spot. I just kept trying a few different people to see what it would look like, but it always comes back to her.
Anything else, guys? Good.